can't tell you how happy I am to see everybody in the same room. It's a pretty cool thing. Annalie, good to see you back. Sorry about your mom. It's all right, Kristen, good to see you back. But Bessie, so yeah, we got some new faces here. So Bessie, hello. You guys haven't met Bessie yet? Mm-hmm. Pretty much, whose first meeting is this? Raise your hand. I feel like most of the people here. Yeah, Chad. Yeah, so we got all kinds of new faces. But yeah, Rachel and Bessie, you guys are the newest, so welcome. Let's clap it up for all the new people all together.
Welcome to the craziness.
Yeah. All right, I feel like this meeting is definitely really needed, and we're due for one, and it's a good time to regroup as a team right in the middle of the year. And the reason we do these meetings every quarter is kind of get on the same page and kind of let everyone know what we're thinking, like big picture about the company. And it's also good as just a team and just like as an individual to kind of look back over the past 3 months, reflect on it, and then like look ahead to all the great things in the next 3 months. So 4 times a year, I really do like look forward to these meetings. And I encourage you guys to interact, interject, ask any questions you have. And give any opinions, whether it be now or like later at the meeting with me individually. All right, so look back. All right, so look back to our last meeting. So we didn't have a meeting last quarter because of the virus and stuff. So I know I talked to some of you guys like individually, like how lucky we were to kind of stay operational, that we're kind of naturally distanced in our stations and everything. So let's continue to be smart, wipe down our stations and everything. The last meeting we kind of talked about how 2019 was a great year. We wanted to keep going into 2020, keep growing, like maximize our space and do everything. And then we actually just floated the idea of an operations manager. So now it's cool to see like we actually have one in place. So that was something we talked about in the beginning of the year, halfway through. We have that going underway. We hired an operations manager. We have a bunch of new team members. Every meeting, there's like more people in the room, and it's awesome to see that we're growing. We switched over to Shipping Easy, which some of you applies to more for shipping and tagging and stuff. But I'm going to talk more about that later. It was better because it was faster, but it also has not been perfect. But I'm going to talk about that, a solution for that. And then, when everything was going great, like during the time when we thought we might like run out of our supplies and stuff, Sid the kid. Come on in. I got a chair for her?
That's right.
Happy you made it. The last couple of weeks have been kind of annoying with like suppliers getting stuff. And I know that affects like ordering and tagging and stuff like that. So hopefully that gets better. Thumb down, that's so annoying when people order a bunch of shorts and they're out of stock and we're dealing with that. We just had that 4th of July deadline and we got everything out. It was good. The last couple of days we had good teamwork, kind of getting everything out. And but we were down in embroidery, we were down in customer service, we were down in shipping with new shippers. But we made it happen and said you were for DTG. We were down in that too. Then I don't know. We would have so you had a great couple week stretch there and thanks for that. But we got everything out by the 4th of July, which we guaranteed it. So it was good to make sure we got everything out to our customers. This is just kind of a glance real quick at the numbers for like first half of the year. Like the last couple of weeks have been a little rough trying to get everyone here and everything. But overall though, the first half of the year has been great. We're at 2.1 million in sales and that's up 41% from the first half of last year. So we've talked about, every year we just continue growing and those are good numbers for the first half of the year. And actually May of this year was our biggest month that we've ever had, like even bigger than Black Friday and stuff like last year. And what were we selling? We had like a lot of the teacher stuff. That was a bunch of good ideas Rachel had. Teachers, nurses, and just, I don't know, everything was just going well. And that was our best month, which was cool to see that it was in May, because it's usually always like November and stuff. But and then this is a stat that I always think is so important. It's like return customers. So basically 31.8% of our orders that were placed over the first half of the year was from people who have already placed an order before. So I always like, that's always one of my favorite stats because it means we're doing something right. You know, if someone buys something from us and then they will buy it again, that's a good sign. And that relates to everyone because if it could be a bad customer service experience, or like a bad product or something that could make them not order again. The fact that we have a great rate of people returning means we're doing something right. So that's always a good stat to look at. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have Chad talk next and talk about the rest of the year. But I always like to remind everyone that, like, you know, if you drive by this building outside on Fleming Road, you might not be like, that company, they're an amazing company, but by all metrics, like, we are continuing to grow and we're doing something great here. And like, I know I couldn't do without you guys, and Shelby might try to do everything herself. She's guilty of that, but yeah, couldn't do without you guys. And yeah, excited that we have those like little papers that I have everyone fill out. So one is just like more fun questions we'll put on the website, and we'll get pictures today too, right? Think of it like maybe like school picture day that you have every year. But, yeah, no, smiles. But yeah, you don't have to get one, but yeah, you can use it if you want it for like LinkedIn or want to go to Hollywood and you need headshots. Let us know in advance before you go. But yeah, it'll be good to have them from such a professional photographer. And then also, yeah, just have the paper filling out that says like, we did this like a couple years ago and I'm happy we're doing it again. Just the things that are like most important to you in the job. So I kind of want to see that for everyone because yeah, it was like, we did that like a while ago. But yeah, I want to see like
what some extras here.
Yeah, have some extras.
Before they leave here.
Yeah, so I think it's good for everyone to kind of do and just think about what's most important to them in a job. And then yeah, I want to be able to see it too because yeah, like I appreciate you guys so much. Got a question?
So, is everyone supposed to bring those to for their
Yeah,
individual
bring
meeting?
me for the individual meeting. And yeah, it's just good for me to know like what's most important to everyone because I want to be able to, you know, have this be the best job it could possibly be for you guys. And if everyone can like kind of return that back to the company and care about the company too, like a good give and take, then we can really be a special company. You know, if everyone just kind of cares about the company, imagine how much different that can be from a company where like no one cares about the company, just clocking in, just not worrying about it. So yeah, I want to continue to just make this company special. And our competitor, Marley Lilly, who we compete with, they have like hundreds of employees. And for us, it's just us. So it's really cool. I think about it all the time how great what we're doing is. And just continue to keep the company special. And can do without you guys. Very important. Yeah, so all right, so I'm gonna talk a little more later about like looking forward and that next part of the year. But let's bring up Chad. Give a round of applause.
So since I've been here, it has been impressive with the overall quality that we have as a company. The amount of items that come through here and the minimal amount of defects that we have is impressive. But one of the things that we need to focus more on as we grow is pre-production and our final inspection. So by pre-production, paying close attention to the invoice, the work order, customer comments, making sure that the embroidery is correct, and also before it's done in the final inspection, we need to look for just basic defects. And I'll use an example of something that Bessie came across last week. And being new, she was able to spot it and know that we needed to pull it out. But we had two different sets of shorts that had oil marks on them. So that's something that very well could be noticed in a final inspection and something that we shouldn't trust shipping as our last line of defense before it gets out the door and gets to a customer. So it's just making an effort to look and just do a pre-production and a final quality inspection. Daily counts tab. That is something that everyone's done a really good job adapting to, and we just need to make an effort that each day we input the information that's supposed to be in there and understand that we use it for planning purposes and gauging all of our efficiency. So it's important that every day you update that. 5S. I believe most of you have seen that addition to your transfer options. I will work with everyone on exactly what that entails. But simply put, we need to make sure that our workspaces are clean, uncluttered, and if you work on a shift, just think about the next person coming in wanting to have a clean workspace to start the day, and it kind of sets the tone for, again, the quality of work that we're going to do. So hopefully the end product that we create, our workspace is a reflection of that product as well. Attendance policy. Everybody has in their seat when they came in a attendance policy. And on the last sheet, you will see a signature page. I want everyone to read over, keep that copy, and please sign it and get it back to me. Communication. For the most part, everybody's been really good at communicating, but we need to know that I am your primary point of contact. And if for some reason I can't be reached, or you need to communicate to somebody else, then Shelby and Sean will be your secondary points of contact. But understand that I'm your primary. If you don't have my contact information, which everyone should, especially from the group text that I sent out for this meeting, make sure that you keep it in your phone, and I'll be happy to give you my information if needed. Replicon breaks. So it is very important that when you transfer into the task that you're working on, that anytime you take a break, whether it is a lunch break, bathroom break, smoke break, whatever it may be, you transfer out of it. Because what happens is, for each second that you are clocked into a task that you're not doing, it impacts your efficiency number. So again, for the most part, people have been good at it, but we need to make a conscious effort to make sure anytime you're not physically doing that task, that you clock out of it. And also the amount of time that you're clocked into breaks. So if you're here for 8 hours, you get a paid hour break, and you need to do whatever is necessary to make sure that you stay under that hour for that break, so that your times don't have to be adjusted to account for that hour. So that is all that I have, and if you guys will make it an effort to read through that policy, sign it, and get it back to me as soon as possible, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, sir.
Sweet. Yeah, so Chad's in charge. Like, if you guys have, like, it's gonna be late or anything like that, let him know. And, yeah, tennis has been, like, kind of brutal the last couple of weeks. Like, does anyone have any, like, ideas about how we could do it better? Like,
Apartment complex, and I'll just live here.
I don't know about that. But maybe, like, if you're gonna miss something, call someone else to see if they can, like, cover your hours. Just, it's so hard when, like, we're trying to run the business, and then, like, when people are out, it kills us. It absolutely kills us. And we understand life happens. And it's been one of the biggest things to try to figure out is, like, all right, we understand life happens and people miss and stuff like that, and things happen. Like, how do we make it up? Because it just throws everything off. And I mean, me and Shelby were here at like 3 a.m. like for 2 weeks basically to hit the deadline, like, because we were trying to pick it up. But it's just something to think about, like, how we can figure that out. When life happens, how do we, like, fill the spot? Because the customers don't know that, like, someone's out, you know? Like, so they were sitting there waiting for their orders. So yeah, if you have any ideas or anything, let me know. But yeah, it's really important. It's really important that we got Chad to kind of help run the operations, especially like without me and Shelby. And our sales is still just me, Shelby, and Rachel. And we've been able to keep it going pretty well for having just 3 of us, and then basically the whole company's like operations over here. And I want to build like a sales division. Like, I don't know, it would be like a separate branch of the company, but I've been wanting to do that for so long. Like, just excited to do it, like salivating to do it for like 3 years. But we keep, having to have the operation. So we have Chad in place, and with everyone, like, I'm very excited to be able to get it running without us and be able to build a sales division, because that'll make the company so much more powerful. And yeah, for the company to grow, yes, need Chad and you guys to be able to run the show over here. So I'm looking forward to seeing the situation grow in the second half of the year. I think it's gonna be great. Mr. Slide. Switch your slide.
Sorry, we can come back to it.
Yeah, you covered that. Yeah, the attendance policy. Yeah, get it to Chad. And one of the things I think we're gonna add like a bonus if you have like perfect attendance for a month. So with a bonus for the averages and the bonus for the attendance, it's $100 a month. That could be an extra $1,200 a year, just kind of showing up and doing your job at a good level. Okay, yeah, and this quarter, we're gonna do just like 2 quick meetings, like you wanted to call them a standing meeting. So it's kind of like just kind of group together and go over some of this stuff, just so if anyone has like any ideas or thoughts, we can kind of like regroup as a department to cover them and make sure we're kind of all on the same page. Like, when we added the bat sheet and everyone kind of had to check it off, that would be something that we would say there, so then it's clear and defined. And
It gives each person in each department a voice. So
Yeah.
if we're busy, it's not fair to you to not give you the time to hear what you have to say. So this is for each individual to be able to communicate if there's something we can do better, or for us to just have dedicated time for each department to address whatever needs to be addressed.
so yeah, those are the dates of them. And well, like the next one is DTG, and we shouldn't have like too much to go over. It'll be like us basically. There's probably a lot more to go over for like the workflow stuff, because we had when the stuff was missing, there's just so much like little details involved in contacting the customer if something's missing, how we so like now we'll just kind of have these meetings, catch up on exactly what our processes are, and it should keep us sharper. Wrong computer. All right, so just a quick look at the numbers. Like, so how many of you guys like look at the numbers once a week or so? Like, okay, you look at them. Yeah, like even if you're not looking at them, I mean, they're calculating, and it's really important to know to run the business, like how many we're doing per hour, because we're always trying to do this puzzle. It's like a puzzle of hours and items, and it relates back to sales, and it's like this constant puzzle. And this is definitely a part of it. So just DTG, the bonus is 55, and Sydney right around there in the healthy range, and pre-treat 32 an hour is healthy. So healthy numbers for that. And comparably, Ari for DTG and me for DTG. I think that second station allows you to go like a little faster because it's like tighter, packed a little tighter. But all the numbers for DTG healthy. Embroidery. So we're looking for like 15 to 19 an hour is like a healthy average. And Bobby and Annalie right around 18, very healthy numbers. And then Jazz and Wanda right in the range, 15 and 17. And you can see you guys have like improved a little bit since you started too. So if you get over 19, you get $50 at the end of the month. And a lot of times it just comes down to, I know the machines can only go as fast as they can go. But it just kind of comes down to just being on top of it, having the next one ready, just putting a little extra focus and effort into it. And then I put this here, it's always, Shelby, your 29 an hour is, I don't know. You should.
Superhuman.
Yeah, I don't know. That is 15 to 19 is what we expect. Somehow Shelby's at 29, meaning that.
My average last week was more like 24, 23.
Yeah, I mean, this is accumulated over 280.
Only 24, 23.
It's accumulated over 285 hours, so it's not like
Right.
you just did it for like one day and like it was really high or something. But I don't know. I guess it's possible. We keep track very closely. And then shipping. So I put Holly, who doesn't work here anymore. She used to do customer service for us, and she's the all-time fastest in company history. I don't know. You knew Holly, like I don't know. She was just like
She was just the best.
she was so good at it. Yeah, she was really fast. Shelby's 53, and I'm around 30. I'm around 39. I work, but I don't know. I try my hardest, and I actually just recently did a lot of shipping hours, and mad at Shelby.
Keep
When
you
I,
up night.
yeah, but I was like,
What was
But-
Rob's? Like 50.
so Rob was always around 50. So yeah, over 50 is the bonus, and like 38 to 50 is like the healthy range for shipping. And embroidery batches, you guys, like embroidery batches and DTG batches are different, but it's it's like an average over time. But then, so yeah, our new people. So Ari's around 30, and then Rachel T and Bessie, you guys are around 20. So yeah, we gotta kind of see that like pick up basically like double to get into a healthy range. So we can talk about it and give it like a couple tips and everything. But yeah, we've got some room for improvement. And then we also have that third shipping station, which we're gonna look to hire for next. Cause yeah, I mean it's such an important department. Like we can get everything done if it's sitting in there, then there's no point of getting everything done. So it's obviously a very important department. And then yeah, staging. So we haven't really established a bonus yet because we've been keeping track of it, and Rachel's still doing it for DTG. But yeah, Rachel is like super speed at this, and you really have no one to compare it to. And I know, and then Shelby for laying out is around. I guess CD's is like 240. Shelby's around like 195, like 180 ish, and yeah, I don't know. That's the difference between the two departments. But then yeah, Lindsay's just getting started and doing an amazing job around 80. And I even saw like this month to date, you were like already up around like 100. So improving, and you're doing a great job. And yeah, I hope as you guys like keep being here more, that you're getting faster and improving, because that makes sense, right? Like you're here longer, you get better and better at it. And yeah, it's good to see those improving. So it's available on everyone's computer. Grow, like I look at it all the time because it has important metrics, and that basically comes from just your replicon punches and your numbers at the end of the day. So yeah, just some numbers. And if you have any questions about it or anything, let me know, ask me. And but yeah, it really helps us run the company. Before we started keeping track of this stuff, yeah, like I was just guessing about everything. So this has really helped us kind of be more professional and be able to run better. Okay, yeah, so all right, so looking forward, one thing that I've been talking about literally like forever. I think one of our first meetings I was talking about getting a new building. And I mean, we talked about at the beginning of this year, like we're maximized out in space here, like, and we still have a couple of spots to fill, like, but embroidery, it's been great having that night shift too, because we can fit more people with our machines. But I've made a little bit of real progress in looking for a new building. And one thing is I really want the company to like be able to own it, because like this building, if we owned it, I would kind of paint it up, make it a little better. And I've tried to talk to him and see what we can do, but I just want it to be so much nicer. And then my first thought was like, the location of the building. Like I saw this one I liked that was in Daniel Island. It was like 20 minutes away. Nothing set in stone. It's just a thought. Like I've looked around James and John's Island, and I'm a commute snob myself. Like I don't want it to be too far from me. So yeah, I'd hate that would be like too far. But if the building's like 20 minutes away in the next like 2 years or something, it's just something to think about. But nothing's concrete. And the progress that I've made is kind of like getting my ducks in a row and like talking to like commercial lenders to see. Just be prepared when the opportunity arises, because
Please don't move us to Orangeburg.
no, too far. But yeah, as as we keep growing, we keep taking up more and more space in here, and it's actually pretty clean back here right now. You guys know how it usually looks with boxes everywhere. But yeah, and then on that note of thinking about like getting a new building or like paying for a new building that like we could grow into in the next like 10, 20 years. Talk about some things for to look forward to in the second half of the year. And I made a couple notes. Like one of the things that we're thinking about doing is shipping the matches separately, because all the time walking back and forth to them, it'll cost more money, but we'll be able to get it to people faster. If someone's sitting on the shelves for like 6 days waiting for his embroidery piece, that's something we're considering. We put this on all of the checkouts on the website, so they have to check out that they agree there's no changes, because that's so annoying when they call after they just placed an order and they're like, I put the wrong thing. And then we have to make adjustments, and then we have to fix the inventory, and like, so trying to eliminate that problem because that's annoying. And then, yeah, so this is something interesting. So this is gonna be coming down the line, and it's gonna be a big change. So basically, so shipping easy, which we have now, which you guys know about. Yeah, it's what you guys print the labels from and stuff. Like that's like $200 a month. Like this thing's like 20 times more expensive, and it's like supposed to be like 20 times more powerful. So just in many different ways. Like they have a customer service like center where like you can like open up your cases and then you can see like how many cases have been like a wrong monogram, how many has been like a wrong thing. They're gonna be able to know the difference between like what's in the building and what's coming. So that way, like we won't have to untag things. We're putting them all out by the date. It's really powerful, and yeah, signed up for it. And like they say, it takes some time to implement it. So I would probably have a little hand in everyone's job. That's coming down the line. That should trying to do everything I can to make it more efficient and make our lives easier around here. And then just in general, being open to changes. Like we can be so much more of a powerful company. If we're little, we should be able to like change. Like we have like 200 people and everyone has to do something differently. It's like a big ship in the ocean trying to like turn around. But if we're like a little speedboat, we should be able to like do things quickly. And yeah, every time we have a change, if everyone can just get on board with it like quicker, it can make our business be able to be so much more like agile and be able to make changes. What else did I put on here? Second half of the year is always bigger than the first. Like the 4th of July deadline is big, but the holiday deadline is like insane because everyone's buying gifts around Christmas and the holidays. So the second half of the year is always much bigger. And then I just made this note like we'd love to have.
Stop it with the
Me and
weddings.
Me and Shelby always fight about it. We always
No,
fight.
you're
Just
gonna have to invest in some equipment if you're gonna do that because there's just no way.
I know. That's why we stopped selling them. I know. And we could be selling so many. And we looked into some equipment, but like it sucks that we can't sell leggings because I actually just noticed. Do you have monogram leggings on right there?
Mm-hmm.
They're messed up.
Yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do them, and I get it. That's why we don't. But and then like, yeah, masks. We started selling a bunch of them, but then we got that Oki machine, which was like, sucks. So mad about it. And then I don't know, like we talked about doing shoes, which is kind of a similar problem to leggings as far as how to do them on there. But then say we figure that out. I don't know, when we're laying out, like we put like 20 sweatshirts and then a box of shoes and then like more sweatshirts over it. I don't know, that'd be something to think about. Same thing with cups, to be shipping differently, but there's so many more products we can sell. And we kind of stick to what we're good at and what we do well, which is like shirts and tops. And we're gonna keep doing that, but just something to think about, new products in the future. And better embroidery backing, which is something me and Shelby, like, it's like our biggest problem in our relationship is the embroidery backing. We're always trying to fit, like, when we have a light shirt.
Anytime I have a shirt on, he's like, doesn't that bother you? You can just like see the backing. I'm like,
I talked to Chad about it, like, his first interview, like, I don't know. Like, and then we were in the store the other day and we were like looking at embroidered items and like looking behind them, like, there is a way to rip it off and so it's not so visible behind it. But that's a goal. That's a big goal. I think it just looks so much better. Even when we have like pictures, someone's wearing like a light shirt with their monogram, you can see like the backing behind it, and it drives me crazy. But there's just some product stuff. Yeah. So then I have our customers. Like I've talked about this in the meetings before, but it's so many of your first meetings. We don't see them. Like if we work at a store and someone came in to get something and you hand it to them. You kind of have that like, you're not going to hand them something crappy because you're looking them right in the eye. And since we're online, we don't get to really see our customers that much. So it's just good to know that everything we do is going out to a real person who's going to wear it and post pictures. And I just have a couple slides of this girl actually, we don't sell, she tie-dyed her own. That's kind of cool. I thought this was cute, these little girls. Or that's a boy.
Lots of good 4th of July ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of 4th of July ones tagged, yeah. Those are the most recent ones. Just the real people. Yeah, no,
Look at that dog.
the dog and the baby and the monogram.
Oh, there's Brittany.
Yeah, this was technically her picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a customer photo, technically. She's one of our models. And then, I thought this one was cool with the nurse, the girl in the nurse shirt. I just like randomly chose some, and there's so many that were tagged in, but like real people, real people. That's a cute little dog, right? Yeah, real people. Like we never think about them when we're here. Because imagine if all these customers came in, we would literally have more traffic than like Walmart, But we send them out, so it's just cool to know there's people on the other end. just peachy.
Is that girl on a peach candle? That's
Uh,
what it looks like.
I don't know, I can't tell.
That's
But
just
yeah,
right
something, yeah.
now. Yeah, on the end.
Mickey shirts. But yeah, if you ever like just go to our Instagram and go to the tag thing, there's so many. And it's cool to see. It's good to, I think it's good for everyone to see it, remind it. Because yeah, it's one thing about quality is like it's easy to forget that there's real people on the other end of this stuff. But there is, every single one of them. And a lot of them have bought like 3 or 4 times from us, so they love us. And imagine if they came in, they're like, "Thank you so much, I love it." It would, probably make your day. Like, oh, cool. So this is like their way of doing that, I guess, like posting them and smiling at them. Remember when this one was so popular? This one like went off around the month of May. The month of May, just a bunch of stuff clicked. That was really good. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like, I love this company, and you guys are all so important to it. And yeah, the attendance, everyone just kind of showing up and getting everything done. I'm sure we'll have some more people before the end of the year. And every time we add a new person, it's important, I think, for everyone to kind of say hi and just get acquainted. And I just want this to be a great environment for everyone to work. And we are like a production facility too, so it's like a combination of I want everyone to like it, but also being here and getting the work done. But yeah, we're doing great things, and I'm excited for the second half of the year. So let's clap it up for all of us. And then I have just everyone's like individual meeting times to meet with me. So I spread them out throughout the week. But yeah, today Lindsay and Jazz, and just mentally note your time, and then yeah, it's a good time to talk to me about anything. You have text. But yeah, that's it. Any other questions or comments or thoughts or anything?
You guys, everyone can grab a shirt on the way out and a
Oh, yeah.
snack. For shirts, I just did a bunch of mediums and larges. I think that's good for everyone. But if there's any issues, let me know.
All right. Any other thoughts? Anything else?
You should do monogram doggy clothing.
Monogram dog clothing?
Hell yeah.
We thought of that.
Anna
We
Lee's
thought of
got
that.
some stuff
I've
for my
tried that.
dogs before.
That's a no.
We have some shirts.
Right.
We have some shirts that are like dog mom, and like they can get their dog on the back. But his dogs have 3 names.
My dog has a
Yeah.
monogram. My dog has a monogram.
All right, cool. But
Does anyone else need a sheet?
Wait, let's redo the picture since Cindy's here now.
oh yeah, Rachel, your face.
Sorry, Cindy.
All right, that's it. Get in.